he didn't attend school at all last week. But so, yeah, the cost is prohibitive, but when it's your child, I don't think there's a family that won't do everything possible to try and cover that cost. So, like I said, we're selling our possessions on eBay to try and make the money because, it's been 12 years and the current pharmaceutical medicines, I have a love-hate relationship.
Yes.
I know they have saved his life. I would never deny that. He wouldn't be alive without them. But their side effects are just appalling on his quality of life.
Michelle, could I'm going to put you back to Patty, but we'd like to just stay in touch with you just to see what the thought processes are in the family about medicinal cannabis and what it might represent for your bloke. And thank you very much for talking to us. This is Vivian. Vivian, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Geoff.
What can you tell us, Vivian?
First of all, the $650, I hadn't heard that price. I do not have a script. I'm still on the waiting list to see a neurologist, which I've been on for about a year, and I'm hoping this year I might get in, but I have been advised it's about an 18-month waiting list to get in. In the meantime, I have been to a pain specialist for medication to ease pain that I was in due to my nerve pain,
yes.
Which was through the entire body, and asked for medicinal cannabis and got a referral. The letter back to my GP was advice that perhaps I should be going and having a mental health assessment. So it does make me, I have completely got out of the system other than touching base with my GP to get a prescription for what used to be known as Lyrica, but pregabalin, that I'm on, because I don't really want to have a mental health assessment. It does mean that I don't really fit into the system. I have been offered medicinal cannabis for $200, so now, but I believe that's a bit smaller than the $650 that Michelle was talking about. In the meantime, no pain medication under prescription that I was given from my doctor worked, and therefore I was offered some cannabis, and that allowed my body to relax when my brain would not allow it to relax. And I've learned to relax into pain, and in the last 12 months, my bowed legs have straightened. I'm 52.
Yeah.
My feet kept growing. 2 days ago, my toes on my right foot uncurled. I had 5 years of treatment when I was in my early 20s to try and fix a jaw problem, which was never fixed, and my jaw was always partly dislocated. I have no jaw problem anymore. I believe that my problem started from when I had what's now called grommets, and I had a nerve behind my left ear just nicked, basically.
Okay, so, Vivian, thank you very much. If you'll excuse me, I am going to keep moving on, but I was also, and thank you for your call, but also expecting calls from people like yourself saying that I have either been able to access medicinal cannabis from the black market, or I buy it online, or this bloke I know, or, you know, those anecdotal stories? The anecdotal stories that are real, but the anecdotal stories that are not enough to convince the AMA and not enough to assure public health authorities that these are not miracles, that these are the kind of treatments that are going to be of great value. I'm going to go to Terry. Hi, Terry.
Hello. Yeah, I can talk to you about PTSD and the current treatments for PTSD.
Okay.
Which include the administration of lamotrigine, Vox, Epilin, and other similar drugs which are associated with epilepsy and control the brain's, try and control rage and dysfunction in the epileptic sphere. Now, PTSD is slightly different than epilepsy, but because there's no specific medicine available for PTSD except for Canimed, which is a cannabis medicine.
Okay.
They give you Epilin and epilepsy medicine. Now, these epileptic medicines have a high suicide ideation effect. So, and what there is in the PTSD community community is I think statistically there's a 70% suicide rate. So there's to my mind, a link between the drugs that they're giving for PTSD and suicide.
So Terry, you want to access medicinal cannabis?
I have TGA approval. I also have a prescription from my doctor, but I can't get it from the WA Health Department yet. I have to wait for further evidence to say that it does treat my condition and provide evidence of efficacy, which is all in hand with Paul Mavor. We're approaching the Canadian government in terms of what they're doing with their soldiers, whereby they provide it to them.
Yeah. But you're obviously very, very frustrated that yes, you can have it, but the health department says you can't have it yet.
Well, yes, because they haven't got the evidence, but it's a chicken egg situation.
It is, and Phil in Mandurah says, Geoff, I've had close to 20 spinal surgeries over the past 2 decades, and in hospital now, a week on from yet another major back operation. I've asked both my GP and pain management specialist and my neurosurgeon re medical marijuana. They all agree I'm a candidate, but they're waiting on more substantial clinical trials. Is it a good thing that you wait for peer-reviewed evidence of these things? Yes, it probably is, but is it taking such a long time when people are telling the anecdotal story, and not just the anecdotal story, but there have been studies in different countries that are suggesting that there is a really important role to play in pain management, in nausea, coping, a whole range of other things, and obviously with epilepsy. The process is pretty slow. We'll speak to the AMA after 5 o'clock and try and glean whether it can't be streamlined. Christy Lee's here with